Hello everybody, welcome back to Strategic Command. I'm Paradox Gamer playing, and we're about to start on the next campaign, which will be the Allied campaign of 1939 storm over Europe. As for the other victory conditions are the same. I need to control Berlin, Rome, Warsaw, Paris, London, Moscow and Washington DC. So let's start it up here. We're going to play as the Allies, always on medium, and I think these settings are okay. Everything is on except for soft build limits. Now the axes are starting, so once the game begins we'll see the Germans attacking Poland. And I'll just have to watch that until I can get to my turn. Here we start. German onslaught of Poland. Obviously there is no hope for Poland at all. There's nothing I can do about it. So my plan is to try and get the USSR into the war as quickly as possible. I will not defend France either, because the Germans start with infantry weapons 1, and both the British and the French start at level 0. So there's absolutely no way that we can beat the German army in 1939 or 1940 for that matter. So sending English troops to France is only going to waste the points. So I will not do that. I think I might try and just pull back to Paris and defend that for as long as possible. But I have no hope in keeping the French in the war for very long. So I'll fall back to Britain and defend my shores. I think I might send some extra troops to Cairo to maybe finish up the African campaign quickly. And yeah, just get the Soviet power machine going, and as soon as we get the US into the war, then we can land in Europe again and finish it off. So those are the basic headlines. Polish morale suffers. United Kingdom declares war on Germany. So will France. Yeah. British industry and trade start switching to military production. Okay. Let's start in Poland just to see. For the second time this century we are at war with Germany. While France concentrates on reinforcing her armies and Poland fights for her survival, we must prepare for the long struggle ahead. It will not be an easy task, and our immediate aims must be to assist our French allies while also protecting our sea lanes and our position in the Middle East. So let's do our duty to the king and country, roll up our sleeves and get the job done. Report on Italian preparations for war. Intelligence reports that Mussolini will start mobilizing should our positions in the Mediterranean appear to be poorly defended. Maintain units at Gibraltar, Malta, Cairo, Tunis and Damascus. Okay. Right, Secretary of State for War. Now that we are at war, it is expected of us that we will send a British expeditionary force to France, just as we did in the last war. Arrangements are in place for the BEF to be transported across the Channel and deployed around Rouen on the 1st October 1939. Once there, these forces could provide boost to French morale, which is rather fragile. If we do not send the BEF to France, then French national morale will fall by 1,000 points, and the USA will move 8% away from the Allies. Would you like to deploy the BEF in France, or risk the consequences of deploying? Of course we will deploy it, but I'll just pull the troops back out. Red Army Headquarters. Now that the German invasion of Poland is well underway, it is important that we do not show weakness and let the Germans gain the whole country. It is therefore important that we will fulfill our side of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact by marching into Poland, even though it will cause some slight harm to our relationship with UK and France. Would you like to order the Red Army to prepare to advance into Poland? No. And the reason why I choose no here is because I want USSR into the war as quickly as possible. And so that comes down to the relation. It's currently plus 25%. We need that to come up as quickly as possible. But let's take a look at Poland first. There's no hope of winning, but we can pull back and defend Warsaw as much as possible. Let's move these guys back here. Just pull back everything. Even these guys. Now Poland's got 25 points. We can try and reinforce some of these guys in the next turn. These guys will be sent back. Just to delay the inevitable. Now the Soviets. I want my troops as far west as possible. So I'm gonna send them. I'm gonna send these guys up here. We have this guy, he can operate out. I just move them over here. Something like this. Okay, now the French are pretty screwed. But we could put a ring around Paris is my thought. With headquarters in the middle. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but we'll give it a go. It's probably a very bad idea, but okay, we'll see. Those were the French moves. Now, so we're going to rely on our Navy, which means I'm going to upgrade my ships. It's going to cost 32 for this battleship. What can these guys upgrade to? Advanced aircraft. That would be important. Just position the bombers over here. $21 left. What about this one? Alright, so we've upgraded a little bit. You see the status, we got a fleet here at Scapa Flow. 1 carrier, 1 battleship, 2 cruisers. We got a sub and a cruiser here, a destroyer and a cruiser there, another carrier here, plus battleship, destroyer and 2 cruisers over here. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, and then in the med, we've got a couple of battleships over here. Let's send them east. Destroyer and a carrier here. No, cruiser, sorry. Move them over here. We got a sub over here. Let's bring it up. Just leave it here. And we'll start with a defensive position with these guys. Here, El Alamein. Then the French Navy is pretty irrelevant, I think. They don't need to help the Royal Navy, so we can send them into the med. Let's see how that goes. Or we could use the destroyers over here. Yeah, let's do that. Send the rest to the med. Where the bulk of our fleet is. Right, so what do we got here? We got 35 points for the US, 34. I think we're just going to save up the points. Let's go through things just a little bit here. We can build from UK, quite a lot of stuff, except heavy tanks and battle cruisers. Egypt can get a couple of garrisons. Palestine, Transjordan, we can't build anything here. France can build garrison. The US will just save up some points. Same goes for the USSR, and Poland is doomed. As for diplomacy, I'm going to start up on USSR as soon as I get a few more points. And research wise, we have started already infantry weapons level 1, advanced tanks, heavy bombers, long range aircraft, artillery weapons, spying and intelligence, logistics and production technology. We should also start up on industrial technology as soon as possible. The Soviets have started up advanced tanks and advanced aircraft, and I want them to start up infantry weapons as fast as possible. They also have production technology and industrial technology going. US got a lot of stuff going on. Let's hit the button. Yes. Operation Peking, evacuation of Polish destroyers to the UK. Another set of destroyers. So 50 points for deploying the BEF. 142 total, 130 for France, 72, 46 and 43. I wonder if the Germans will start invading France right away. Definitely coming for Warsaw. Let's zoom in a little bit here. First the bombardments, and then we have the ground movement. Yeah. They could probably head for Warsaw straight away. There's absolutely nothing the Polish can do, other than just try and stall a little bit of time, but that doesn't really matter either. Give the Germans a few losses. Are getting ready at the French border. Canada declares war on Germany. And the Germans are not advancing into France. Convoys are starting up. Okay. Let's hit another turn, shall we? Start in Poland. Oops, that was wrong. Here. Just move over here, reinforce this army, reinforce these guys. Maybe reinforce. We got some points left? No, out of points. Right, the Soviets keep marching towards the border. Bring these guys across. We got some aircraft. And let's head for Leningrad. Those were the Soviet moves. Now the French. Just move over here. How many points do we have? 205. Let's reinforce the headquarters. And some of the first units in here. I'm gonna hold Paris for as long as I can. Who hasn't moved? This guy. And the French Navy will scout the lanes. The destroyers will. And the rest are heading into the Mediterranean. And this one is heading up here. This guy is moving. And the British. Get the battleships over here. Alright, and then this one over there. Okay. The BEF has not arrived yet. We have destroyers ready to go out. This one. We want to upgrade all the ships. Battleship. Let's bring it up here. And its cruiser. Bring it into here. Get this into port. Now we have a CV here that can be upgraded. We still got 111 points. Well, let's check research. 125 industrial tech. Advanced aircraft, 175. Save up some points. Also, the US, let's see, research-wise for the US. What will be their main thing? Will be probably industrial and production, so we can get that going. So they need a little bit more points than that. Let's put a diplomacy chip into the Soviets. Insufficient funds. How much? Oh, it's 111. No, that's what I have. 125. Okay. We can't do that either. Okay. I guess that's the turn then. So, Axis turn. Polish morale continues to suffer. Yeah, let's zoom in a little bit. The British Expeditionary Force arrives in France. Hello there. And goodbye. So, 250 points for the British, and much less for the others. So I'm going to transport the BEF into Cairo, that's my plan. And as soon as Italy joins the war, I will sweep across North Africa. And then I just need to remember to build some troops at home as well. But the Navy is first priority, get that up to full speed. And then we can start building a home army. Zoom in a little bit. There we go. So this is the Axis turn 3. They still haven't taken Warsaw. But they're awfully close. They're spending a lot of unnecessary points on some of the units that doesn't need to be destroyed. They just need to take Warsaw. But apparently they haven't figured that out. Also, there's an open path into Warsaw itself. But no. Poland is still alive. Now, the importance of the BEF in maintaining French morale. To stiffen French morale in the event of a German invasion, we should maintain a force of no less than 2 units in France. Better still, 5 or more units if they can be made available. Deploy these to defend Paris, northeastern France, or the Maginot Line. If we don't do this, then, should the Germans invade France, French morale is likely to fall rapidly and could lead to a premature surrender. The French are relying on us to help them, just like we did in 1914. Let's not let them down. Oh, I'm definitely gonna let them down. Now, the French Communist Party has denounced the war as an imperialistic conflict, and their deputies have called for us to make peace with Hitler. If we aren't careful, then communist influence in the army will grow. This would lead to disaffection and disruption, which would reduce the efficiency of our armed forces. It is therefore recommended that we act decisively to ban the party and arrest its militants. If we do so, we will prevent disaffection in the army, and our national morale will increase by 1,000 points. The USSR would see this as a hostile move and could be expected to swing away from us. So we don't want them to swing away from us, so I don't want to ban the French Communist Party. Gotta get the USSR in as quickly as possible. In order to decrease Leningrad's vulnerability to attack from the north and to weaken the Finnish army, it is suggested that we force Finland to hand over some territory to us. We can demand the Karelian Isthmus, the area north of Leningrad, and the port of Hanko to the west of Helsinki. Would you like to force Finland to transfer the Karelian Isthmus and Hanko to our control? No. You can see the red thread in my decisions here, and that is to get the USSR as quickly as possible into this alliance, into the actual war. I don't care about the few areas up here. So, on that note, I think we'll put in a break and we'll continue with this Allied campaign. Thank you for watching this first episode. I hope you'll stick with it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.